This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Mister's in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids danced with the performers. What came with it were protests outside.
You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children! Shut up! I live in this community. I have for several years.
Daisy says she first saw a poster for this event near where she lives.
I don't believe that I should be seeing signs advertising for children to be dancing on stage with men in thongs and in inappropriate clothing and makeup.
The organizers say today was a family-friendly event with a safe environment separate from their normal operations. In a statement, they said, "We believe everyone should have a space to celebrate who they are. Mr. Mister's is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included."
Texas Representative Brian Slayton is calling for a ban on children being allowed at drag events after a viral video was circulated in June of 2022 showing a few children with adult guardians at a club while a drag queen danced to an Ariana Grande song. The event was held at the Mr. Mister Club in Cedar Springs, Texas, and was called the Drag Your Kids to Pride event. It was advertised as a family-friendly edition of its weekly drag queen brunch events. One of the most disturbing parts of this family-friendly event was a large sign behind the drag dancers with the words, "It's not gonna lick itself." Many will say, well, it's just innuendo, or they will say that many drag queens may not have same-sex tendencies, and they aren't doing anything that is overtly sexual. And although the excuses are many, let's not be mistaken, the Bible has spoken on this issue. So let's address this from two perspectives. First, the Bible condemns any sexual practice that is outside of God's provision, which is limited to a husband and a wife for life. And I really like how author Kevin DeYoung put it. He says, there are at least 8 vice lists in the New Testament. Mark 7, Romans 1, Romans 13, 1 Corinthians 6, Galatians 5, Colossians 3, 1 Timothy 1, and Revelation 21. And sexual immorality is included in every one of these. In fact, in 7 of the 8 lists, there are multiple references to sexual immorality, and in most of the passages, some kind of sexual immorality heads the list as the worst of the sins mentioned. But God has also forbidden drag events because he has clearly forbidden cross-dressing. Deuteronomy 22:5 states, "A woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, nor shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all who do so are an abomination to the Lord, your God." When it talks about a man putting on a woman's garments, this is precisely what cross-dressing is. Most drag shows even emphasize the makeup that they put on in order to disguise the man into looking like a woman, which brings deception into the equation. Of course, this is usually exaggerated for effect, but it is all an abomination. And for those who haven't looked up that word lately, abomination means repugnant, or that which is abhorred due to its corruption. In other words, God lets it be known that he is repulsed by this filth. This event was also reprehensible in that it corrupts children by dragging them into a perverted lifestyle choice. Jesus himself said in Matthew 18, 6-7, "Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Woe to the world because of its offenses, for offenses must come, but woe to that man by whom the offenses come." Now, Jesus' condemnation was much wider than drag shows for children, but certainly these events and others like them are within the scope of the severest punishments for those who lure children into them. Even the children's program Blue's Clues came out with their own Pride Parade sing-along to try to teach children that the atrocious sexual perversions practiced by those worthy of the millstone necklace are normative. Let this be the warning. If we are not going to fight for our children, someone else will, and the end result could prove disastrous. For more information on this and topics like this, I would highly encourage you to check out our number 8 debunked video entitled, all consensual sex is okay by God. Debunked. This and many other resources can be found on our Reasons for Hope app and at r4h.com and getdebunked.org. This is Frank from Reasons for Hope. Aloha.